Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Thea 2 The Shattering, where today we're probably going to end up with 10 more gatherers. For real, I feel bad. I feel bad about the number of gatherers we have. Frankly, 2 gatherers is borderline too many, 3 gatherers is definitely non-ideal, and we have 2 more kids who are going to grow up with kinda not any stats, it seems like. Part of the problem here is that this is a real bad time for us to have kids, this moment where what I really want to be doing is gathering stuff. So gathering stuff's just not worth a ton of XP. There's also an issue where, we have a wolf, or a dog rather, and I could be putting the dog on the kids and trying to push the kids into being hunters. Obviously hunters are great, but I am specifically trying to avoid just playing the same strategy that we always play. But man, life sure would be easier if we had some hunters, right? I don't know. We'll see what happens. Maybe I'll get, when these kids level up a little bit, maybe we'll get some wisdom choices. We could do with a Zerka. That would be fine. And then we're going to have to figure out exactly how one gets the new mysticism classes. But for right now, what we're going to do, I think, even though we know there's a hostile group on, I think it's this space, we're going to try to pull up enough obsidian to get a thing going here. So what do we have a bunch of stone of any type in our inventory or anything? Which one of those things do we want to go through on the way up to... No, we do not have any stone. Okay. Then I guess it doesn't much matter which one of these we hit. Let's... I guess of all the medium types of stone that we could possibly work with in the future, I'd be happiest to see quartz due to the lower weight and everything, so I guess we'll go through that one. And let's grab ourselves some obsidian. Now there's a pretty good chance that this terrain artifact is also obsidian. I guess, we don't have any movement left. Come on, break camp. It's gonna, the first time you break camp every day, it takes a little while, your knees are stiff from sitting in the computer overnight. It's possible that the right thing to do is to move to this space to be further from the enemies, but obviously we can't do it this turn. So, let's talk about this. In order to do the thing, we would need 32 pure stone, 10 of which we will get from spending the advancement points. 22 pure stone is made by running the pure stone recipe 11 times, which means we need 110 obsidian, which means we need to gather right now 95. If we put our best gatherers on this, they will do a bad job. A bad job. We'll be sitting here for 30 turns. But we have to start, right? We have to start pulling it up. Here's bad news. We're not going to be able to sail around very effectively with a boat, with our crappy raft, and all of that obsidian. So we might have to wander around and try to find materials for a better boat. Didn't really think that one through. Well, I mean, it is what it is. We don't have a lot of other options. We got to have enough gathering skill on the fish to make sure that we are pulling the fish every turn. And then we can have people work on the terrain artifact. If we're going to be sitting here for a while, we may as well pull this up too. And then, unfortunately, I do not believe that we have... Yeah, we don't have the stuff to cook basically anything. We're living entirely off of fish. Not a happy place. So we can have people do a bit of research while we're sitting around, but that will get done. And then the kids can... I don't know, go play in the lava fields? Be careful. But yeah, go play. If we were to move over here, it wouldn't help. We wouldn't have any more gathering to do. So let's do this and just hope. We could run, hold on, we could run one of these new rituals. There was a ritual that gives temporary gathering, right? No, there's a ritual that gives temporary crafting. Here we go, this is what I want. That would be 2 of our advancement points, and we actually do have just enough advancement points to actually make the pure stone. I'm not planning on staying here to make the pure stone, obviously. We could try to construct our initial idol. Nah, we're not going to build it here. Let's just focus. I'm not going to spend 2 advancement points on 1.5 gathering for everybody. Provided that we could even keep it running. We're so low on materials here that we probably couldn't even run it a bunch. Alright, let's hope those Lightbringers that we saw up here don't travel south. Oh, boy did they! Okay, difficulty 3 yellow challenge. My suspicion is that this is going to be exceedingly difficult for us. Let's see if we can maybe outperform that. But that's very bad. That's like a really bad value. Okay, the good news is, you know, we have our we have this thing. We have, of course, this guy. Probably a lot of their strength is based in this one particular character. So if we can just commit, like, let's try to commit Magellan with his showing off to the other side of the field, and hopefully in a pretty defensible position. Having lost our other source of strength of the swarm is pretty bad, and it's possible we're just going to death spiral real hard here. In fact, I would go past possible to maybe likely. It is likely we are going to death spiral really badly. I'll tell you what, though, Magellan's going to be doing some fairly serious damage by the end of us playing characters. So we have to be pretty careful, because we do not have a lot of people who can sustain very much yellow damage. The smart move next is probably the completely safe pill. It's faster and it does poison damage than the wand. I don't know if it matters much where I play her, because I don't think they have a lot of splash attacks or anything. We can just put her in the corner, it's fine. Let's really focus up the damage. So they're going to play a third copy of this dude, and then they're going to play one copy of something else. You don't have a back row attack of any kind. You have the boar still? No, where'd I put the boar? Who has my boar? Because the boar should be usable in the yellow challenge. Oh, you know what? The boar is on one of the children, and the children are not in my hand. Wait, can you only bring a certain number of cards into a situation here? I'm kind of expecting the kids to be present. I want that boar. Alright, well, I guess we'll have to do without. I'm going to put him in, even though his attack's not great, just because he can stand in the back. That's not great for us. 17, he's going to hit for 16, so he's going to remove Magellan when he does hit. Magellan's going to hit him first and slow him down, but that is definitely really bad. Do any of the remaining people have? No. Nobody has any skills. Well, a retreat here is suicide. Right. But I feel like playing almost anybody is very close to suicide as well. Like, I kind of think maybe we brute force right here just to absorb a little bit of damage. She'll take enough to go insane, though, over the course of the 2 rounds. So as it stands right now, we're going to hit this guy for 34, 51, and then these two will both be boosted by 35%, so it's enough that this guy won't get his second attack off. We won't be able to stop him before the first attack, I believe. Oh, wait, is that... Hold on. 51, and then 64... Yeah, I think we're going to end up like 1 or 2 points short of killing him before he gets his attack off. Which is going to then remove Magellan from the field, which is going to make it impossible to win the rest of the battle, I believe. I think so. I think that's correct. Well, you know what? We play her, that gets Magellan to 20. That's enough damage. Provided that the stun here works the way I understand it to. I think Magellan will survive this, and that will mean that Magellan's capable of taking down the rest of the enemies. I think we might get out of this. I was not calculating all of the strength of the swarm damage, which is just very foolish, because obviously you should do that. I mean, this one. Target this one. Not that it matters too much. Okay, well, she's alive. That is unfortunate, because that's wasted damage. Okay, but now we have all of this stuff going on, and this person attacks slow enough. There we go. Now we get to do lots of damage to the hand, and this is not... I don't know if this is actually a better outcome than the auto-resolver gave us, but it's a good outcome, at least. It's an okay outcome. Definitely get Magellan back down here. So they're going to be a lot weaker, but they're still going to be fast, and we still have the problem of not really being any good at absorbing damage. I mean, there's absolutely no sense in not playing Magellan multiple times because his damage is insane. And then they're still doing non-splashy attacks. With the damage output of our enemies being so much lower now, it's a lot safer to play some of these other people in the front row. Like, we could play Misladar's Headbutt as well, which is actually reasonably quick. It's not quick enough to make a difference. We definitely should not play... See, you do have shielding available. So it's taken the Orc out of our active characters and slipped Misladar in. Unfortunately, this is just, in case you're wondering, this is the speed of the battle animations, this meter down here. I don't actually get to choose who's in front or who gets to participate. I would have had him in here earlier over, like, Thaddeus. Just trying to think, like, who is it safe to put down? So you have to be pretty cautious about this. I really, really don't want anybody to drop below that threshold. Should be okay to use you in the corner. I'm just trying to see if we can get Magellan up to 35 damage, basically, because it would be really cool if he could one-shot that dude. I guess, actually, the way our timing is positioned... Yeah, actually, the way our timing's worked out here, if Magellan can't one-shot that guy, it's going to be a real disappointment. Because that means he'll absorb both of Magellan's attacks. Because Magellan goes twice before the Goblin does. Before the Goblin goes once. Do we have a speed up available? No, not really. The Goblin's the only person who has anything at all. That's rough, man. Okay, I think that what we want to do here is just play another person. 13.8. Do we have an attack that's fast enough that it'll change up the thing here? If we put him down, he'll do 12.5. Yeah, actually. Okay, we managed to push it up to 35. I was not sure if it was going to go to 35 or 34. Ooh. Wow, and then they very quickly play a bunch of garbage dudes in front of the rats and make it so that we don't get the kills anyway. That actually really sucks. Yeah, that sucks a huge amount. This is going to not quite get there. And then both copies of that guy are going to get to attack again at the beginning of the round. And so we lose people. Well, that was shitty. So now we're definitely underperforming the auto-resolve. They're too fast. They're just too, like... Everyone in their party having a 5-second delay on all of their attacks is just very frustrating. And see, now we get access to our slowdowns and stuff. The system sucks. That thing where I don't get to choose which members of my party are active in the conflict really sucks. And this is... They don't have very many cards left. We really are playing for delay at this point, but like 3 damage is insufficient. Yeah, I guess we just play Magellan again. And he actually can't be killed by yellow damage, so we may as well play him like over here. You will also be okay. Probably. At this point, Magellan can tank a little bit, because they don't have any... There are not any enemies left to do a significant amount of damage. You can do your thing, sadly not from the front row. You guys could afford to take a little bit of damage. Just trying to create a nice wall for people to hide behind. You could take a little bit. Yeah, it's reasonably safe to throw you out there. Let's just get a lot of people on the table. Okay, so as it stands now, we are not going to be able to slow this guy down enough for us to kill him. Well, let's see. So this attack is going to be lethal here. And then we'd have to slow this guy down to 10.7 in order for him to die before he attacks. So, unfortunately, this is just not going to do anything. Yeah, it just doesn't help us at all. This would be a really good time to be able to take the guy who has the 1 sanity left and have him do a shielding thing. But we do not get to choose. Well, I'm not going to put the kid out there in battle, so I guess we'll just do this. Because that looks like the largest amount of effect. Even though functionally it is the same 0 effect as in every other location where that is playable. Alright. Please don't ask me for targeting on skills that can only possibly have 1 target. I will say that pill skill is cool. Alright, let's see how many people we lose. 1 entire experience, and then we can not get attacked by the second one. Thankfully. I'm kind of thinking maybe we fold this one up and start again. This has gone really poorly, and we're just going to slowly starve and die over the rest of the course of this this play here. We just never got established in a way that's like really not recoverable. Probably, okay, here's what I think maybe we should have done. Given the number of people we had, maybe it was right to settle just as soon as we could find a place that was pretty decent, and then because we have enough people in total that we could afford to leave a crew at the town and afford to have a crew run out to gather. We should have just put down somewhere, then gone and got obsidian, come back, and done the replace idle thing. Yeah, maybe that would have been the right play. Because I'm looking at this and I'm thinking, right now, we can run away from the Lightbringers. But we can't run away from them on land, right? We're too slow. They'll just chase us forever. We get back in the water. We have so little food, though. If we get back in the water, we're sailing around very, very slowly, trying to find... We're over the carry weight of our raft. Sailing around very slowly, trying to find a place to put down that doesn't have tons of terrifying enemies. And we could just jump right across the strait. I mean, I guess let's try it, but... Hey, please receive move order. Do we... I guess the smartest way to do this would be to go here, get in the water right there, because now we only have to move 2 spaces across. Oh, you know what? The thing juts out over here. It would have been 2 spaces either way. And then, unfortunately, this means we can't really do a lot about people's sanity. Okay, but people recovered. We have to spend a turn just sitting in the boat, sadly. All of the visibility reduction stuff can go straight to hell, by the way. Absolutely ignore it. Never go anywhere near that shipwreck. Alright, we've got to find another source of food in the very near term, and there have to not be a bunch of enemies around. Were we on this side of the... Okay, we were on this side of the thing before, but it was all the way down there. So we know there's an Alpha Clan village over there somewhere. Okay. Alright, that's interesting. That's probably obsidian, right? Terrain artifacts in this area tend to be. Mushrooms are actually extremely easy to gather. Maybe we settle down right here for a second. A spider queen passing by a wagon, friendly people. Okay, hey, let's not get involved with them because I know that there's like a difficulty 3 yellow challenge at the end of that, I believe, and we don't. We're not ready for it. We don't have what it takes. All right, so pull this up. We got to get people. But mushrooms are really easy to gather. You don't get a lot of them, but we'll have enough overflow here that we should be gathering twice per turn, almost every turn, which will be enough to feed everybody. And then we can just have like a couple of people doing this, a couple of people doing that. And honestly, this does not look like a horrible place to actually settle either. Damn it. They weren't even visible. They were out in the fog, but they knew exactly where I was. It never stops with these guys, really. Okay, well, that's probably true, actually. Let's try to do better. And again, this is one where we actually do have to win. We can't just run away because we got to get this group off the map. That guy's not going to be beatable. If the battlefield was wider, we could try to pump Magellan up, but as narrow as things are, and with the selection of characters they gave to us here, of our large group of characters, We only have one person here who can be played in the back row. Widowmaker... No, Widowmaker does not have the spider. Who has the spider? I don't know. It doesn't much matter. The person with the spider can't be bothered to show up to battle. So we're going to be able to play a maximum of 5 cards here. We play Sabina twice, Magellan twice, it would have to be, and then somebody else here, which is going to mean that with Magellan's base brute strength value of 0, he's going to get to like 9 or 10 damage, and then we're going to get hit for 20 by this guy 3 times, one has to assume, and then they'll play something else once. This is not a winnable battle. I'm not saying that the position we're in here in this game is definitely 100%. Really, you lose rep with the Lightbringers if you run away from the battle, and also if you don't run away from the battle. It's just rough. This position is maybe recoverable, but recovering it is going to be kind of a miserable exercise. I would like to just try again. Let's just try again. Where are we at? We're at 260? Okay. If we were close to a 100 threshold, I would play a little bit more for the god point. But I'm going to scoop up and try again. I hope that's not a real disappointment to anybody. I think I'm cool trying again with the same thing here. We just got to make better decisions. I think a lot of that was me not doing the thing very good. Okay, so Rat Chosen. Absolutely Rat Chosen. It's going to be Magellan again. I did not do Magellan justice there. Magellan was he was a wonderful animal companion. He was devious 100% of the time. And he would have figured out a way to win that game. I'm sorry, little buddy. I'm doing your name dirty. We're gonna fix it, though. He was a real sweetheart. He just looked evil. It's a rough life. It's a rough life to look evil. Okay, let's try this again. But this time with more good. This time with betterness. Alright, Bruisebearer is definitely a less cool orc name. Rat. Cannot be called Rat. Alright, the Mighty Magellan. So this time we started with a really nice piece of armor, actually. Too heavy, sadly, for the rat to wear it, but we could give it to Mila. No, we cannot. Literally nobody in our party has carrying capacity for this armor. Mila could wear it if we took off her, her artifact away. I mean, maybe. Okay, she did not start with Strength with a Swarm, which is a shame. What did everybody start with? One of the kids is a craftsman. Of course, Magellan started with the things Magellan starts with. Protect others on a kid is really useful. Poison throwing dagger on an orc child is actually pretty good. And Agatka also started with crafting. Weird. 41 turns, 38 turns, 45 turns, and 29. Okay. Here we have a female child with a bias toward hunter. That's definitely interesting. Probably we want this on Bruisebearer. Oh, it's just a little too heavy for her to wield. That's a shame. Alright, well, I think we are going to go ahead. Mila's got the best health, right? So I'm going to go ahead and take the armor, and Mila's going to fight barehanded a bunch. One of the kids gets the Wraith. A Wraith is a pretty good starting pet. Who's least likely to contribute directly to combat? Probably you, honestly. No, probably Chaske. Chaske doesn't have any, Oh, but Chaske is the one who has battle orders. No, probably you. We give your club to Bruisebearer, and then, okay, I think we're ready to go. I mean, somebody should have this. Chaske, take this. Okay, let's try some stuff. It'd be really cool if we could get some good stats going on these kids. We will not be able to establish a town, probably, fast enough. We're going to have to find a source of food really quickly. So, Dark Island, Lava Island... Elf Island is right next to us. It would be stupid to go to Elf Island, right? There's no benefit, because the Elf Island doesn't have stuff we can make the idol out of. Can you make the idol out of, wood? I don't think we ever have. I can't remember what the 4 materials are. It's stone, bone... Yeah, you could do it with wood. Could go to Elf Island and pick up some of that fancy wood. The problem, of course, is that with there only being 30 of it instead of 32, it wouldn't quite fill the bar. The wood that's at the same tier of resource as pure stone, so we still wouldn't get the really, really good idol. I don't know. I'm thinking too far ahead. Let's just have a look around our beginning surroundings here. You know, oh, also, children. We started with a boar. Let's make sure the boar is on the person. It's the goblin child is the holdup, right? Yeah. That's a little bit of a shame, because we're overloading her now. She has 2 things she wants to do in combat, which is not 100% ideal, but we didn't really want the person with the armor to have the boar either. Okay, vegetables, dark wood, that's definitely interesting. Yep, I know the deal, buddy. Oh good, a Lightbringer village. There are no words for how pleased I am to see them. Also, some bats. I don't care too much about the bats. So our starting island is kind of a strange shape. We could go for the early raft thing again, but obviously that worked out terribly last time. So probably what we will try to do is find a source of wood and build a proper boat. I'm just gonna chill here for a second. Do we actually want to sit and gather, like... We're eating 6 food per turn. We'll get vegetables this turn and next turn. I mean, like, our first goal, of course, is to survive until some of the kids grow up. I'm hoping that this will trigger the next step of the Theodore quest, because this is a new food type that we haven't had before. Let's stay put for a turn or 2. Okay, did not trigger the thing. Right now we're gaining. I'm inclined to just stay until we get back to the wraparound point where there isn't, where we won't pull food in a single turn. Okay. This is very fightable. I will take that victory. No Dragon Bee makes that very fightable. Okay, it'll be this one. This will be the last time. Right now, on this turn, we wouldn't quite get it again, so we'll pick up and go. We didn't gain a ton of actual mobility on that, but we did manage to pass some time toward the grow up without starving, which is important. We also need to make sure that we're fighting and getting XP, because these kids need stats. I really appreciate how much the game is not making me play some of these early encounters. I really don't appreciate how hard it is to find resources. And we're going to interact with these ruins, but I want to do it from not across the river. Because of the way the game's systems work, you have to pay the extra movement point to interact with the ruins across the river, and then pay the extra movement point again to actually move across the river. It's just inefficient. Who wants to do stuff inefficiently? Alright, we're just going to take it easy here. What we're mostly doing is gathering XP. Although I guess you get XP for fighting. I don't know, whatever. So this is just search dangerously or don't get anything at all. I guess we'll search. Okay. That's right. I remember that this doesn't matter. We probably can win it because Strength of the Swarm, but it's not an important one. And thankfully, it's a concept challenge. Hooray! So we're just gonna do standard rat strat. Overwhelm the enemies with all of your adorable rats. Where'd that wraith go? Oh, the demon is summonable. Was the wraith not usable? Oh, right, the wraith's equipment. It's a concept challenge, right. That being the case, then I guess we just play... This is pretty sad, but we play Mila next. We could use the Goblin Child for some shielding. We also might just want to play the Goblin Child, because 10 hit points. The demon's only going to absorb 1 hit. I believe it's like 0 damage, 1 health. So it'll absorb a hit. That's something. Probably, it is fairly good odds we lose this encounter, though. And then we just play like who has... You're relatively tough. You get out here and also be in the way. And then we can... Let's see, we have 2 points left. So we can't play Chase and use the shield thing, and we definitely want to use the shield thing, so... You absorb hits slightly better than the other children. It's a terrible thing to say to a child. Listen, I'm just gonna level with you. Life out here is hard at the beginning. Definitely both of these going on Magellan. Dude's gotta survive until he can get big. That said, we are looking at 7 damage per hit, which means that he does get to kill... He does get to kill many of these enemies in a single hit, provided that he can survive to do it. If they all target him with their stuff, he is of course not... Yep, okay, never mind. Well then, we lose. He got 2 good hits off, but it's not gonna matter. Okay, so we botched the challenge. They really don't do a ton of damage. Yeah, but yeah, it's not gonna matter. For a second there, I was giving myself some false hope over the amount of health Mila has. Okay, let's go ahead and scoop out this. The penalty for failing this challenge is basically nothing, and you still get all the XP and everything. Okay, that's good for the growth of the children, and then we may as well set down and... Oh, you're kidding me. We can't get wood in a single turn. Well then, don't bother, because we really can't stop in a place that we don't get food from. You know what would be great? If it was not night. Boars. How are we doing? Is everybody cool in health? Oh yeah, we haven't actually taken any red damage. Alright, let's fight the boars. We need meat. Oh, never mind. Let's not fight boars. Let's howl at the moon together. If we do that, we won't get any meat. Yeah, we gotta fight. I don't like it, but... Okay, 4. That's something. That's half a turn worth of food. The early food struggle is very serious. A little bit of visibility. Nope, nothing. Not a single damn thing. It's a bad time for it to be nighttime. So if we take cover, I believe it's possible we'll take damage. I think it's possible we take damage with any of these. I'm just gonna do the turmoil thing. Okay, we got the bad version. Mila probably wants one of the brute force stats. Or just wisdom. Yeah, it's probably just wisdom, like, be better at everything. Be better at all the town stuff, because we're gonna need that. And this thing where there's no food anywhere really sucks. Okay, hold on. You're gonna take strength. Neither one of our female children got the option to take mysticism. You could get wisdom, and you could get wits. And we could make a Gatka. We could just grow a Gatka into a warrior. We probably will need a proper warrior. But I'm going to resist the urge to turn you into a hunter, because if we do that, we're just going to solve all of our problems with her via huntering, and we're going to give him intelligence for showing off. That is very appropriate to who he was in life. And Chase probably just takes wisdom, right? So we're not going to be able to make Chase get anything into anything other than a worker. And wisdom is a powerful stat for such a character. Alright. Show me some food. Hey, that's food. And with some herbs, we can cook up and actually make a larger amount of food out of it, although we're very bad at gathering. I think we probably just want to sit here and gather fish at roughly the rate that we eat it until it becomes daytime, at least. Okay, really bad time for that. Where did it spawn? Okay, it spawned the node over there. That's unfortunate, because that's a lot of walking to get to a space that's only that many hexes as the crow flies away. But, like, I need to be able to see. Alright, we got some herbs. Unfortunately, I bet we won't be able to cook right now because of how little fish we have. Yeah. Alright, well, let's do this thing at least. We are starving badly. Man, maybe we gotta start with different cards. Maybe we gotta start with a card that gives us more gathering, or a card that gives us more food to start with. Alright, this thing, we're gonna have to just do the whole quest, because we gotta take like any opportunity to fight a bear or... Nope, okay. We didn't get the version of that that lets you fight the bear. Bears are made of meat. This is like the #1 thing that I know about bears. Okay, so there's his merchant caravan over there. We do not care about that even the slightest tiny little bit. I would love it if we could do this recipe one time. Because that'll turn a small amount of fish into a larger amount of total food. Still, still only a single turn worth of food to walk around with. Okay, there we go. We're getting there. And we really do. We have to stay put for quite a while here because we gotta turn this into something. Sea waters stir and swirl before you in irregular circles and sudden bursts. If we get closer to investigate, bad things are gonna happen. But if we ignore it, bad things are gonna happen. If we leave this area, I bet we won't get the XP for the event. So we should probably do one of the other things. Let's investigate. Swirls and sinkholes increase in intensity, and you notice there may be some sort of serpent-like creatures swarming there. You also realize the sea and skies are getting very restless. A storm is coming this way, fast. This will wound us, but it won't kill us. Like, obviously, we won't take any damage from the concept challenge itself. Okay, I remembered that we took strength on Bruisebearer, and I was like, oh wait, did she get enough strength to wield this club? But no, she did not. Let's try it. Let's see if we can do this. Okay, I'll take a victory. You capture several of the serpent demons. Their light extinguishes when they're out of the water, and the entire pack turns gray and slithers away in silence. The light from the serpents lingers on your skin and stings. You have a feeling that you interrupted something important. Well, that seems like maybe not the most ideal outcome of that event, but it did give us 32 fish, which is like a very serious blessing at this moment. So we have 13 turns worth of food now. That's enough to start walking. Ooh, a place where we could gather fish from 2 spaces at once. Oh, how I hate the wind. Well, we gotta get over here, so I'm just gonna stop right here for the moment. Alright, go in carefully. Let Magellan sniff out that this is not really a cat. Okay. That's an easy enough version of that thing. Oh, hey, fruit. That's a type of food we don't... Ooh, that's bad. Well, nothing we can do about it now. For the turn, we're just going to have to sit down. As you come across the plains, you spot a busy beehive full of honey and nectar. It would be a good idea to do this if we could do it. Apparently we can. Cool. Okay, this dude... I absolutely will do this for a better reward. Again, Wand or Goblin Child, both good. Let's try that a little bit more carefully. So the Wraith is actually usable here. The Wraith can absorb a hit or 2. We're gonna... I mean, this is gonna look really familiar. We're gonna see 3 copies of this dude. He's got Strength of the Swarm, and he's faster than we are. So that's bad. But we do get to play the Wraith there. We don't have a lot of other moves here. I guess you can play in the back row. That's a little something. Yeah, I don't feel comfortable putting a lot of people out in front here. I guess she could stand in front of that guy and absorb 1 hit. The Wraith plays here and absorbs that hit. And then we just have to hope that... I think we just pass here because I really need to see where that the third play is before we do anything else. In front of one of the rats, I assume. Yeah, okay. So this isn't too bad. He's not hitting hard enough to remove Magellan in a single touch, which is pretty great for us. And in fact, we'll slow him down enough that Magellan will get both shots off. Okay, so Wraith goes here. Oh, and the Wraith does some stuff immediately. As Overwhelm and, of course, the Dead Flesh. Yeah, that slowdown actually is pretty nice, and 4 damage is considerable. The Wraith is a good pet here. It'll survive 0 hits, so that is a problem. We definitely don't want either one of these things to hit. Well, one of them can hit Magellan, it's not the end of the world. But, like, let's put you in front of this one to absorb this hit. We just gotta get, again, we gotta get Magellan all pumped up here. And he's gonna do it now. So It doesn't. We don't really have to play anybody else, and I don't think we get XP or anything from. Oh, I forgot we had a boar. This should have been a boar. I'm just taking damage for no reason. Well, I'm gonna play the boar anyway. Okay. Rely on your rats. They will get you through. Even if you are a bad, which, inarguably, I am, at least some of the time. That is exactly the sound that a rat makes when it shows off, by the way. Okay. It would be neat if we got the goblin kid and we got to just, like, actually have 2 goblin children. Stats. This is 2 points of gathering, while this is 1.5 gathering, but also better scaling for your attacks. I think we'll take the trash attack. Numila has the option of taking Ghostly Axe. Here's a question. We gotta figure out whether we're actually gonna make Numila a hunter here. Because if we're not gonna make her a hunter, more people with Protect Others is actually really great. We'll come back to that. Chase. Chase is 2 flying daggers or additional Protect Others. I kind of like that one. Agatka is Hunter's Mark versus Hurry Up. Is it better to speed up our guys or slow down their guys? And it's by the same amount. That's actually an interesting question. I think it's better to slow down enemies, generally. And this does at least have the potential to lessen the amount of damage an enemy deals as well, which is useful sometimes. And then we have to like make a decision here. It'd be cool if we could go like Zerka healer would be fine. And if we do it that way, we're probably not going to get a lot of play out of Ghostly Axe. Again, I'm just trying to avoid using the same strategies we've been using forever. So let's try it this way. I'm not sure that those are the best things to do, but let's do those things. And now with the extra points of gathering, we still actually don't have enough gathering to pull fruit in a single turn. But I think at this point we may as well stay put. Get the fruit. Okay. Kill him, which we should be able to do trivially. So we got a 1.6 wand and a 1.4 wand. Those are pretty good. I really wish that I felt confident going after the rest of the reward here, because you get the spider and everything. Hold on, you see, what wand, what about the goblin child? Because at least you get the spider either way. And then we just nod and leave, right? Attacking him is definitely risky. Everybody is at full red health. We could do the Magellan backed up by the boar and the wraith maneuver. It's not bad. We might be able to do it. I doubt we would get the kid because we've never gotten the kid by doing this. I'm just gonna... Let's not do the thing that has a chance of killing everybody. You are, I think, speccing into showing off a little bit more than bite. The thing is, we're gonna end up with probably normal warriors. Like, the bite part is probably not gonna be all that necessary, but you do a lot more red combat early than you do yellow. The yellow combats that you do are very important, though. I'm gonna take a rank of showing off. It does also increase the delay, in addition to increasing the damage scaling pretty considerably. That's fine. That's fine. And then hurry up versus outmaneuver on a person who only has 2 points of perception and is not super likely to gain additional perception. I think we take hurry up, but I'm not super happy to see either of these, frankly. I guess this gives us the ability to attack from the back row in yellow challenges, which Bruisebearer currently... Oh, already has. Yeah, okay. Then we'll take hurry up. That's fine. Okay, let's keep moving. I don't know what we're looking for, but I do know we haven't found it yet. Okay, more ruins, more XP for the kids. That's good. Who was the one who was growing up quickly? Was it Numila? Yeah, okay, Numila's almost an adult already. It will be so helpful when Numila is an adult. Let's do this by going this way. Okay, a boar's lair. We don't really want to hang around here too long. Oh, the mist. Well, call upon turmoil or magic to shield us from the darkness. Still uneasy from the experience, you can try to search this place for loot and hope the mist won't come after you again. I think we oughta. Okay, we got cursed. We did get 21 coal out of it, which is actually pretty cool. Not wild about the curse, obviously. That could have not happened. But that's a lot of combustibles we just found there. Okay, wow. Nimilla actually has a ton of options. So, wits and chance. A life of banditry is an unorthodox path. A couple of people have told me that I am not being respectful enough of the bandit. Bandit is a cool thing that only humans can do. Like, a healer also would be cool to have. Healers are pretty handy, and they're better than they used to be. But alright, let's click on banditry. Trials of bandit are tough and dangerous. The child must prove their mantle among the ruffians of this world and find the guts to return to you afterward. And it's like, boy, that was a stupid thing for you to click on, and there's no option that's like, oh no, please, let me go back. Alright, the child has joined the dubious ranks of banditry. Let's see. I feel like we did make a bandit at some point before, but I don't remember anything about it, so... Yo, that's a lot of strength! She gained a ton of strength. Hold up. She also gained headbutt? She didn't have headbutt before. Okay, well, if you're going to gain a ton of strength, you get the Sandstone Club, and also that nice armor. She's kind of a total badass now. I get what people were saying. Oh, we have wands and stuff. People should not be sitting around with empty hands. And... Spider goes on... I don't know who. It doesn't matter much. Okay. The next child grows up quite a while from now, right? 16 turns, 9 turns, and 12 turns. Okay, could we get Bruisebearer to another level? Ooh. In 9 turns? That seems tough. Another level seems unlikely. Let's just keep trying to get into trouble where we can. Also, I really miss being a devotee of horrors and having free night vision, because, man, vision loss really sucks. The cemetery is quiet and empty. You see an unburied body on the ground clutching a stash of goods. Well, I bet that curses us if we mess with it. What if we'll bury the corpse. We'll be respectful to the corpse, but we'll still take all his stuff. Okay, we got a actually very good shield. Wow, a remarkably good shield. I would love to pay to have our curse removed, but I'm not sure we can afford it. She wants 30. You know what? I'll give her all of the sandstone, and then what else? Probably like some amber, because amber is the low version of crystal, or the low gem. Yes, please remove all of our spiritual curses. So we have a shield. I'm not sure that we have a use for it. I guess give it to Mila and like move Mila over to the one-handed artifact. I think that makes sense. Chase gets a wand. Okay. Let's just keep trying to find interactions to have. Also, food. Food would be good to find. Hey, look. Speak of the devil, and you shall be brought berries. Just like it says in the Bible. And then we may as well gather some wood as well. We're, like, comically bad at gathering. Holy crap, we're bad at gathering things. Well, I think I'm gonna go ahead and stand still for a second and get these berries. And then, like, we could cook a little bit, right? We have enough fish and enough berries to make fish cakes. We're in a place where we have enough rollover that, yeah, we'll get berries again. Let's take a second and cook. I think this is worth doing. We get our, multiply our food supply a little bit here. So you guys aren't really doing a very good job of gathering wood. You could just do this instead. Should probably have... Yeah, we should star that recipe as well. Alright, so we'll stay here for a couple of turns, gather some wood and berries, cook some fish cakes. Again, just trying to wait out the night. Oh hey, nice of you to finally realize that we've done some cooking and stuff. A little bit more XP is always handy. And then if we stay put again... Okay, we don't get more wood, but we do get more fruit, and we will complete more fish cakes. But this should probably be the last turn that we sit here. Because we are burning wood quickly. And it's not like a big deal to burn the to burn the coal instead at this point. Like, anything we want to do with coal, we're going to have to find more coal to do it with. The witch. We kill the witch with violence because it's easy to do and fun also. We got some cooking herbs. Okay. I mean, we're gaining XP. No two ways about that. I do like stay still and get 20 grain. We do have the resources to cook again. Yeah, we may as well. Like, this is a pretty efficient thing. Turns 5 food into 12 food. This turns 8 food into 12 food. Yeah, I mean, we may as well. If we have to sit here for a second to gather grain anyway. Okay, new kid. Male kid. This is our first male child. That's important. So I still don't know actually how you get the new classes, which is maybe a problem. How long do we have on the remaining children? 2 turns on you. You know what? Exploring those ruins is not going to get us any more levels. Never mind. We'll stay put and finish gathering the grain. Ooh, except it's harder to do now because of winter falling. I'm still going to do it. We'll just stay put and finish gathering here. Because it really is a considerable amount of food. So Numilla probably just takes more strength, right? I think that's pretty straightforward. Yeah, I did not realize bandits were so strong. Okay, can't do anything but make the kid a gatherer or a crafter. The goblin will be a better crafter, I guess. So make Bruisebearer a gatherer, and that way we have a gatherer earlier. So she's attractive, but a little less sane, mildly insane. Listen, who among us, right? At this point, I think we could afford to investigate the better areas. Okay, we got a decent crafting tool, also a bunch of heavy metals, which I'm not, like, in love with, and also Bruisebearer and Numilla must have fallen on their weapons or something. That's a lot of damage. Actually, we should figure out our equipment here. Bruisebearer with the Ember Club. I guess that makes sense. And we probably want to leave Numilla with the shield. Or, Milla, rather, with the shield, because Milla is potentially going to be standing in the front in, like, yellow challenges. An elemental shield that early was a pretty good find. Okay, flat crafting increase. You know what? I'm not going to worry about it yet. I guess you can hold it, because you have a ton of carrying capacity. And you do have, like, reasonable crafting. So I'm thinking we probably don't want to get involved in another event this turn. Let's just take a moment and try to recover from our wounds. I mean, we're surviving. Let's resist physically and try to destroy these enemies because we have some people. We have some people with some stuff. I'll just take that outcome. That's fine. Bruisebearer takes a very small amount of damage. We get 11 ancient wood and a smattering of garbage, just various types of garbage. And levels up for the kid. Male kid doesn't really need mysticism, it seems. Right, we've had no luck taking mysticism on the male children so far. But it is it's 2 stat points versus like 1 wits. Wits is good. Wits is a powerful stat. But what if what if we get whatever the missing ingredient is, right? I'm going to take the 2 mysticism because we were offered 2 mysticism. On you, I'm going to take 2 strength for carrying purposes. And then, so how are we doing on health? Bruisebearer didn't really recover very much. I mean, let's hit the ruin, I guess. I don't want to have to come back here. Okay, that's easy enough. Hey, look, that time we did a good job. Well, goodish. Good enough. Oh, hey, meat. And meat is not affected by quite as much gathering penalty as other food sources. So we'll do some of that. Do we still have? Okay, we still have some herbs, so we'll be able to grill. And we don't really have anything for anybody else to do at the moment. We're gonna sit here for like 2 turns. Oh, we found the toad. Turns out he's not really a toad. How can one lose a swamp? You know what the deal is. I love experience points. That's what the deal is. Bruise Bearer, do you want strength? You probably actually want wisdom or wits. Hold on, we'll come back to you. Your thing's a little more complicated. Agatka could take some strength. We could just go like go really hard on strength. She's gonna level up soon, and she doesn't have the stats to be anything other than maybe a Zerka. I'm gonna take the 2 points of strength. If she ends up being a warrior, definitely not the end of the world. Magellan is gonna lean into that intelligence, maybe. I'm gonna be honest with you. I really like wits on a character that has Strength of the Swarm. Nimilla can take Poison Throwing Dagger, which is actually extremely good on her. With her very high strength and honestly, her reasonably high intelligence. We could go for the luck for the XP. This early on, maybe that's a better move. I'll do that. And then Voyamil, I mean, one of those is Brute Force. Okay, so Bruise Bearer. Town stuff versus battle stuff versus other battle stuff. What is the best thing to do for you? We definitely were having a lot of problems in the previous game due to our people not being fast enough in combat. Maybe we just take the go fast stats on everybody all the time. Maybe not all the time, but this time anyway. Now let's finish gathering our meat. Oh hey, another one of these. You must come and join us, else we both be cursed. I'm not in a place where I feel great about offering food, but we do have food. Maybe we'll have a better result this time. So I will offer... I mean, I guess let's offer, like, most of it in meat, and then some of it in fruit. We can just sit here and gather meat again. Okay, we got the illness again, we got the spiritual curse. We did get this goat, though. So that event is terrible. Part of me wants to just hit chance here. Do we really need a warrior if we have the bandit and we have the rat and everything? We don't need a crafter, we don't need a gatherer. I'm gonna press the chance button and we'll just see what happens. The path of fate is ever spinning in chaos. The child is sent away into darkness, and from it, they will emerge anew. So my experience with the chance option is that usually you get something really strange from it. It's not like this is gonna pick from among the human classes. Okay, no, it totally did. Alas, your child walked the path of fate, and fate did not have good things in store. They do not speak of what befell them, but they return weakened and depressed, but also accompanied by a rat. So weakened and depressed means as a scavenger who has gained 0.7 max sanity, and also has become beautiful, and has a friend. You can never have enough rat friends. Well, you also do have to give your rat friends names. Magellan was best friends with Gromesh. They were basically inseparable, mostly because Magellan was constantly playing mean tricks on Gromesh and stealing his food. In Magellan's defense, Grom was not defending his food very well. So, you know, a little bit of blame on both sides, I guess, if you want to see it that way. Are we going to gather? We are not going to gather meat again this turn. Oh, that's right, we're, like, super sick. Well, then this is not a good time to sit around gathering. Let us instead go forth and speak to this village of people. And barge in and skip all this story nonsense. Convince them that they must tell me all about Zbigniew, because I said so and I'm the chosen, damn it. Okay, they did it, hooray. Well, now we have a semi-friendly town. And I mean, we're getting a lot of XP on these children. Where are we at on growing up on these first group of kids? 4 turns on you. And actually, you're the last one of the original group of children. We would probably want you to be a crafter, although maybe another gatherer. Like, do we need a crafter right away? Yeah, we'll probably have Chase be a crafter. All right, let's get to that. Let's get to that point of this game, where we get the final initial child growing up. Oh, hey, look who it is. So, We have to make a decision right now about what we are pursuing, right? Are we going to be more turmoil focused or more magic focused? I think magic makes the most sense. So hold on. This is light and harmony. I remember magic's the one that's kind of weird. Not your place to interfere with the course of fate is not magic. This is both the turmoil and the magic choice, isn't it? Because this is harmony and light. This is... Wait, maybe this is intellect and... I don't know, I'm going to do this one. We kill the hell out of Zbigniew because we're actually very good at killing people. And we have been tested by our gods and found to be just really great. You know, the thing that gods mostly feel about people is that they're just wonderful. Some gods, like Zeus, love people so much that, and then you can, if you're familiar with much of the mythology, you can really fill that in yourself. Alright, you hear a screeching sound from a nearby patch of shrubbery. Come closer and see a small furry creature with yellow eyes and sharp teeth, its body torn up and trapped in some orc-made snares. Well, we could help the demon, and maybe he helps us out. I do not remember, like, we've definitely done this event before, but I do not remember what the outcomes that we've seen are. Let's help him out. You get it free of the snares, but its wounds are clearly infected with nasty poison. Okay, we can help him with the poison by having our rats show off to him a whole lot. You manage to cure the poison and patch up the wounds, and the creature perks up within minutes. That'd be a tradition to offer up my services as a house demon, but alas, I am otherwise engaged. Still, debts owed are a bruise on one's ego, so here, directions to a lair, where valuable gifts await your rescue. I do love to rescue gifts. Over there. Okay, well, we'll move in that direction in a minute here. We're no longer sick, right? Actually, no, it looks like we're probably still sick. Yep, 2 more turns, in fact. Alright, well, let's just not burn campfire fuel then. I was thinking we could pull up some herbs, maybe even through the winter penalty, but no, that's not going to work. Okay, this should be a flawless auto-resolve. You know what our problem in previous games was? Not enough rats. It was too small of a number of rats. Now we have 2, and we should be unstoppable. Oh, Strength of the Swarm, no-brainer. I do love Strength of the Swarm. And we should see the kid grow up at the end of this turn, I believe. Yo, this blizzard sucks. Okay, we'll go crafting. Chase becomes the one art for the Goblin Crafter. And we have like a set of actual grown-up adventuring type people. We might have to fall back to the village and just gather meat for a little while. We have enough combustibles to make it through the winter encamped, and the meat is not too hard to gather. The illness will have worn off in a second. So I think probably our plan is, let's visit these guys. Of course, we want to get XP for doing encounters during the winter as much as we can, because XP is doubled, but we also are really short on food. Actually, you know what? Trading with the Slavian might be a good way to get through that. I don't know. We'll figure it out. We might have to winter sort of in this area, but obviously it would be best to do adventure-y stuff during the winter rather than the hunkering down. Nope, I missed the button for my overlay. There it is. But that is going to have to be it for us for today, because it turns out there's another thing coming out today. I got a lot of videos to record. So come back next time, tomorrow, to see if I can maybe make a little bit better of a start out of this than I did out of the last one. I think the extra rat is going to be very helpful. And we'll see you then.